Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today I have a fun project I want to start. I'm not going to finish by any means today, but I just wanted to get it started and I figured I'd start it with you guys. So I have a traveler's album and I got this at like Dottie's Deals or somewhere, book sale, something like that. It was like $1 maybe, or 50 cents, I don't remember, but it was in such great condition. It's just got a little bit of wear over here. It was never used. I think it just probably sat on somebody's shelf and, you know, had your normal wear and tear of just being moved and bumped. It's got a few little scratches, you know, but if you went inside, it had no pictures. I have removed most of the plastic covers and I went ahead and laid out one page because I wanted to see if my thoughts on it would work. And I have done most of the removal of these, which was, I'll show you, these pieces here where you put your photos, okay? I don't want those. I'm going to keep them, but I'm going to use them like acetate, and we will probably do some specimen type things with these because they're in perfect condition. They, like I said, it wasn't used, so they haven't been scratched up or any of that. So I left a few of them in here to show you how I was removing them, just in case you guys have an album that's similar to this and you want to try this. I've had this thing now for probably a year. Oh, and it's got a little pocket in the back. I've had it for probably a year and not really known what I wanted to do with it, but when I saw it, I knew immediately it could be repurposed into a junk journal. So I decided we're going to go for it. It's kind of a funny story how it came about, but first let me show you. Now I first was just running my fingers in here and I was popping these and pulling the plastic off, but I stopped doing that. If you notice at the front I have some tape, it's because it tore where the paper meets, and this is pretty thick paper. I'd say it's a medium cardstock feel. It's probably like a 40 or a 36-pound or something, but it's not copy paper thin. However, it is thin enough to still tear. So instead I decided to run my scissors along the edge, lift it with the scissors, and then just pull it off. Okay, so that is how I was doing those. So I'm not going to do any more of those right now. We're just going to dig right in and play a little bit. I went through and I counted the pages, and I had purchased this at Joann's about, gosh, a year and a half ago probably, because I was still driving, I was still working, and I had not started the channel or anything. Anyway, it's got all these different papers in it and I hadn't used it. So today I've only used a couple of things out of it. I did pull, just to show you guys, this morning I pulled these pages out of this scrapbook paper because they have some fun things on them, and I am going to use these in my Bible journal and in my Bible to like make notes and tape them in and stuff. And we may start doing that together once in a while for fun. I don't want it, you know, to be a constant, but I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to do that. But anyway, I went in and I pulled out papers that were the graph writing paper. See all these different designs of graph paper, and then there's all these different like vintagey script papers. There's one music sheet, a bunch of different like newspaper script, and then here's the fun part though. There's a little bit of a collage, but the funnest thing is there's maps, and because it's a traveling, the front cover says travel album. I thought these would be a lot of fun to put on some of the pages. So we have 36 pages times 2 to cover, 72 pages to cover. We can do different things. We don't have to just do straight out paper like I did here, but I do like this because it covers those holes, and now we have a nice surface to put a pocket or whatever. And the fun thing with this, if you hadn't thought of it, which most of you probably had, but because it's an album, it's made wider at the spine and then goes thinner, so it has room to go to gator. So I can It's got room, you know, to get big. And so that was kind of a fun thought. But anyway, I don't know that I will do much of anything to the cover, to be honest with you, because I like it. I like it just like the way it is. I think it's very fun. You know, the back cover is very fun. I might do something to decorate this area with some cloth, you know. But other than that, yeah, I think it's, and I may put like a closure, you know, here. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave this. I love this. So, yeah. So this won't go like in the vintage scheme of like, you know, how I usually work. This will give me room to use a few things that I have that are more modern. And when I say modern, I'm talking like the 1900s, up to say like 1900 up to 1960. You know, I have fussy cuts, I have stickers, I have things that kind of fit into that realm, and I don't usually do a lot of stuff with anything past like 1915, you know. Everything's pretty much like more geared towards the 1800s and stuff. So yeah, that'll give me a little bit of room to play. And then on the front here we have maps, and the back also is covered in a real faint mapping. And I'm thinking, you know, pocket, policy holder, you know. Oh, here we go. This is that picture. Oh, I could even change the picture that's up here. Look at this. Oh, that's very cool. So if I wanted to, I can change it. I'm not sure I will, because technically I really like the picture of the Eiffel Tower, and I wish I hadn't pulled on it, because now it's not going to go back in. So yeah, so I figured we could play. Oh, it really doesn't want to go back in. Come on now. I may have to struggle with this. That's kind of sucky. It's getting stuck. I'm not even sure where it's getting stuck. Let's see. Maybe if I can just push and pull at the same time. I think it's getting stuck on the underscore of this circle here. I don't know that I want to change. Ooh, that I want to change the photo. There, I got it back. Good. Because I like that. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. I'd love your opinion. I think I really think that's pretty cool. So I don't know if I'll change it. So anyway, this is page 1, and of course you can see this washi. I tore it right here, so I did tape it a little bit, but I like it, so I'm not worried about the tape. And oh, and that's the other thing I was going to tell you guys. If you don't want to cover like the whole page, or maybe we may even like collage over this paper with some of these pages I pulled out, because of the fact that look how cool this is. It has stamps all over it, just on the page. So all I'm really aiming toward is covering these holes, because you've got writing space, and then you could put washi here for decorative. Oh my gosh, this has got so much potential. So if you guys have an album like this, you know, access to one, I think you should go for it. I think it'll be fun. So let's get started. I'm going to show you what I did on the this page. All I did, and this is kind of cool, I'm just going to do a random spot. On the front part, okay, this paper will actually tuck right into that little seam, okay? And then when you tuck it, because of the size of the paper, it takes it just to the edge. And these, by the way, are 8x8 papers, in case you were wondering. So then you've got a little frame, okay? You could do washi, you could distress the edge, you could do whatever you want. You could do washi here, you could stamp. But what I did the first time out was I used my glue stick. Okay, the glue stick seems to have worked, but I did have to reinforce it, and see it's coming up right here. So as usual, a glue stick is not, I can pull it, yeah. A glue stick's not reliable for something like this. So I thought I'd give it a shot, but it's really not quite, you know, working for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, what is it, this thing, okay, it's just a little palette knife, okay, plastic one, and I'm just going to run it wherever this is loose. Like if it's tight enough around this edge right here, I'm going to leave it alone. I've already added some glue at the top, but I'm finding that this is lifting like almost all the way. I don't really want to tear this paper if I don't have to. Some areas did glue down pretty good. Let's see. If it's going to come up, I'd rather be the one to take it up than have it come up on if somebody else owns the, I mean, eventually I'll sell it or give it away as a gift or something. So what I did was I cleaned out my Aleene's, my Sugar Bell bottle really good, and I am going to go in here and I'm going to just add some glue. And one thing I was going to mention, I have no idea how this is going to go, but I'm not going to go all the way to the edge on the bottom because I do know that the paper doesn't go all the way to the edge. And I'm just going to put enough to seal this down. Okay, let's see if I can get this to stick back underneath here. That's a bit of a challenge here without tearing anything. Okay. All right, got it. Now I'm gonna grab one of my cards, my little glue spreaders. And we're just gonna, it may be a little bit lumpy till it dries or whatever, but you know what? At least we know it's gonna stay down. Now I didn't get enough glue right here, so at least we know, you know, it's not gonna lift. That's important, right? Now where I get glue on these edges, I'm gonna see if I can get this. Yep, it's rubbing, like pretty much rubbing away, which is good. And the reason I was thinking it'd be fun to do like collaging over these pages is because the paper's kind of a beige color, and it looks cool. And then like I said, you've got different stamps and stuff, and then you've got this writing space on the side to describe the pictures, and it'd be really cute to put like a stamp here, or you know, or a little picture, a little fussy cut, you know, whatever. Maybe write a scripture right there. And so yeah, we don't have to cover whole pages on all of it. Like I said, we have 72 sides, not counting the back cover and the front cover. Okay, so let's try that. Let's pick some paper and let's do a little bit of, let's choose this map, okay? And I'm just going to do some tearing, and I'm going to make myself a little collage. And I don't think I'm going to worry about doing a lot of distressing right now. If I want to distress, I'll come back over it lightly. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. I mean, I may regret it and be like, oh, I've got to distress. But I don't know. I don't want to distress every single spot. And I just kind of want to cover, like I said, those. Now we do have to be careful when we've put glue that we don't get it going through to the other side. Okay. Let me see here. It's not quite straight. There we go. Grab another wipe. So how's everybody doing? What are you guys going to do for the weekend? It should be, let's see, it should be Friday. It's technically, it's last Friday for me, and I'm recording this, but I know this is going up for next Friday. I am recording super late in the week. I had kind of a slow start this week. I had a lot of time, praise the Lord. I had a lot of time with the Lord. And then, though, I had that thing happen on Thursday with the landlord and the new owner, possible owner. By the time this goes up, I'll probably find out if they're actually buying the house. I know I've talked to you guys about it already, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing. You already know by now, because I've spoken of it, that Courtney and I are believing the Lord, you know, in faith for the best outcome. And we're just not going to, we both decided, and stated that we're not going to, you know, walk in a bunch of worry and fear and all of that. Just not going to do it. So, okay. So I'm thinking maybe I'll try my glue here, since these are smaller pieces, just to see. I cleaned out that that bottle of the Sugar Bell bottle with the Aleene's tacky glue in it, just because I was going to be doing bigger areas and I already knew the glue stick hadn't worked, so I made sure that was clean. But I don't think I need the super wet glue for these smaller pieces. That almost, it's kind of weird that like matches almost to the spot where I tore it. That's weird because I tore some of it off, so it just looks weird. It's pretty cool. It matches so well. And what I'm thinking here with this little collage thing is that what I might do is go ahead and put, like, in the center, either put a pocket here or put like some writing paper in the center of this, you know, and then they'll have the writing side over here as well. And yeah, I'm liking this so far. I think when I first got it, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, because I was trying to see in my mind's eye, should I tear it down? Should I take pages out? Should I do this? Should I do that? And so it's kind of a funny story. I'll give you a story behind this junk journal. This morning I was watching How to Faith a Life, and she was creating a Bible prayer journal, and she was using a 3-ring binder, and she had all these ideas. And you know, she's very young, she's like 27. This was a couple years ago on her videos that she did this one, and I was watching it, and you know, I get really excited. I don't know about you guys, but I see a new idea, and I'm like, oh, I need to go to the store, because what she used was an album, but hers was a 3-ring binder album, and it was much bigger than this one. Okay. And I was thinking as I was watching her, oh, this is so cool, I really want to make one of these. And then it was funny, because of my experience of being a little bit older, I was thinking to myself, and I was kind of praying about it. I'm like, Lord, okay, I really don't have the money to be running down and buying an album. Where is that album that I bought? Because I had recently, probably about 2 months ago, I had organized a bunch of stuff, and I had moved this off of my main bookshelves, or my main shelves, and I had put it somewhere, and could not for the life of me recall where I had put it. And so I was like, oh, you know what though? I don't think that's a 3-ring binder. Oh, I could use a 3-ring binder. And then I looked down at my binder on the floor next to my bookshelf, and I'm like, you know what? Experience tells me that that binder, for one thing, it's going to get bulky really quick for her because of what all she put in it, as she adds pages to pray on, you know, to write her prayers on and stuff. And then as she adds her weekly calendar she was talking about, and I'm thinking ahead, and I'm like, experience tells me that's not going to work for her, but it does sound like a fun idea, you know. And I'm like, well, help me find that album, Lord. So I go to get the album, cannot find it. I come back in, and the next video coming up is another one about prayer book, you know, a prayer journal by her. And she is now telling, like 2 or 3 months later, she's letting everybody know that that whole concept of hers did not work. It was too big, it was too bulky. I was laughing, because I'm like, see, she's taught me a lot about different study habits and things about the word. That little girl has not experienced what Mama's experienced. I was laughing because I was like, okay, I kind of thought that wouldn't work out so well. And so so she did a new video talking about, you know, doing a nude prayer journal that would be more, you know, that she'd be more inclined to be able to use, right, you know. And so I was still on the hunt, though, for this album, because I just felt like I needed to find it and do something, you know. I thought I can at least look at it and see if it would work for me. So it was so funny because I'm in my front room where I had moved all my books and all my stuff. And I'm standing there and I'm like, Lord, and I finally prayed because I could not find it. I said, Lord, where did I put that thing? Seriously, you know where it is. I don't. And I'm standing there with my hands on my hips, and I've got behind me, in front of me is two bookshelves I'm looking at. Can't find it on there. But behind me is a stack of all of my totes, the big totes you keep your Christmas decorations in and stuff. And so I look at it. Now I am thinking to distress this piece here because it just needs something. It's too plain. But anyway, so I look behind me, and my eyes go up, and right there between all of these totes, two big stacks of them, okay? Right there between was this album. I had shoved it right there. I got to be honest. I started laughing, and I pointed up to the ceiling, and I said, Lord, you are funny. Because I'd been looking for it for probably at least 30 minutes. I was like, you're funny. So sometimes when you're looking for things, remember to stop and ask him because he does know. The other thing I brought along to use as a sealant, not just the glue, I did bring some double-sided tape, and I'm thinking on this that would be a great thing to use. And what I'll probably do is do some distressing around these edges on some of the pages. I may not do it on all of them, but more than likely I will do it on some. I'm just looking for my tape. Here it is. I even went while I was in there and found my refills, which I was so excited because it was almost out, and I was like, I know I have refills. And sure enough, I found them. I'm pulling out my glue paper because I'm just going to pull out this book. I always use this political book for what's on my ballot thing. Yeah. I'm using this because I always am even with tape, I'm very sloppy with the edges, and I end up getting it on stuff. So I don't want to do that. This one's just starting. It's brand new. That might not be the best either. It's sticking. Told you, I always end up going over. I want it right to the edge, but I don't know if that's gonna. Maybe. We'll see. So yeah, that's my, oopsie, see. Okay, so this paper's not the best for that. Yeah. We'll just do it like this. Yeah, okay. So I want this centered. I'm gonna stand up here and try to get it as close as possible. So there we go. There's a page. And I mean, like I said, I'll probably distress the edges, but at least that's nice and it's flat, it's flush, it's not pooched up. So there's that page, and then there's this page. So yeah, I'm liking this idea. Do you guys like this? I think it's kind of fun. I probably could try that tape method on some of the other papers too, but we'll see. Okay. I do enjoy the, what do you call it? I could just put a pocket on this page and not have to bulk it up. I mean, I could bulk it up, but with like a pocket. Like I could put something that covers those holes, you know. It's not like we don't have a ton of pre-made stuff, right guys? Oh my gosh, I showed you the other day, the box. So like what I mean is like we could use, yeah, like a picture, or just put a pocket there, you know, and have it. So yeah, I am stoked about this. So I'm gonna kind of skip around and do these pages because this one I did not glue in yet. Nope. Okay. So I'm wondering if I did the tape on. I'm just looking. When you're doing whole pieces of anything, it's always kind of a hassle, I find. Tara. I'm horrible with double-sided tape. I honestly am. It just kind of has a mind of its own and goes everywhere on me, and at least for the most part, it peels right off. Yeah. So that's a good thing, right? The reason I'm doing this, I was thinking of, for the edge, that this might be better than glue if I can just get it to roll onto there, right? Because the glue, as you just saw a few minutes ago, you know, has a tendency to raise. There, gee whizzle sticks. Couldn't get it to stay. I guess it really doesn't matter if it's on there, it's going to be underneath it. Of course, it would cause bumps. We got to keep that in mind, right? Okay, so then, here's what I was thinking. I'm going to do glue on this side because when you go to stick this underneath here, it's very tight. And I want to make sure it'll go. Because I do like the concept of putting it underneath there so it's kind of sealed, you know. And then on the rest of this, as you can see, I'm trying different methods because I've got a lot to cover in this book, and I don't know which method's going to be the best for me. So you guys are getting to see me kind of do my process, okay? And then on the rest of this, I was just going to add the glue, okay? I guess I could try the tape, you know, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to use up all my tape doing this part, you know. But we'll see. I can always get more, I guess. I can't always get more right now. That's the problem. I'm on such a budget, so I'm having to be very mindful. Okay. It's pretty even. And we're just going to spread that out. And because this book is like an 8 point, I mean, it's just a millimeter or so over the 8 inches. So these pages are fitting in here just perfect. Okay, I kind of like that method. That worked. It feels pretty good. Once that's dry, it'll be... And then if I have a little bit of the mucilage on the edge here, the tacky part, I can just kind of hit it with my dry wipe. It's coming right off. Yay. But those edges are sealed down and they're flush, and they're not causing the other paper, the album paper, to pucker because it's not wet. So that's nice, right? Yeah, I'm liking that. That method's pretty good. And it was easy. It wasn't difficult. Yeah, that's nice. You got a nice, I mean, I feel a few little tiny little ridges where the the glue is, but they'll dry. Yeah, that's great. And just make sure when, like I said before, make sure when you have the glue, you go on your back page and wipe until you get these covers, you know. You don't want it gluing the pages together. Okay? What time is it? Okay. So yeah, we've got our first page, and then here's this one. And I'll do something fun here. I want to do it so that they've got a lot of writing space, like I do, you know. And then decorating space, decorated pages too. There's 72 pages, so that's quite a bit to work with. And because these are signatured in already, I don't have to worry. They're in there nice and sturdy. The signature is beautiful. I don't have to sew it. So this might be a fun journal to try for beginners. If you wanted to try to do a journal without the sewing factor, or worrying about your spine and all that stuff, this might be a good way. And I know they have probably got these kind of albums over at Walmart for probably between 10 and, I mean, the prices have changed a little now, but you know what I mean, probably between 10, 12 bucks. Let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to, I love this. This is collage-y little paper, and this one too. So since we've done that, I'm going to pause for just a second and go get my basket that's got my finished ephemera, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So I just went over and grabbed some of my ephemera that I have got in a basket that's just sitting there waiting to be used. It's looking all cute and ready to go. This one's one we made together. It was a Tina inspired triple little booklet. Love this thing. And then over here are pockets, because you remember, I don't know if you remember, this was probably one of our mask makes, but it was from way back when, so we might be doing it again sometime. I just noticed that this is over the edge. We cannot have that. It's like uneven. You know, I was looking here because I've got all these fun little, like this one here with a little card on the inside and a little pocket. And I was thinking, you know, that I could stamp. And I've got this one. This one's adorable too. Now, it doesn't really quite go with the color scheme. This is very neutral. I kind of like this one because of the neutralness. That green is a little bit darker. Then I've got this basket. This is the full basket that I finally started a new basket. Now because it's a little bit bigger, I'm thinking, look at that. I can put like a full spread. See, this is a page that I created for journal. Didn't use it in the journal. It's got a little belly bands. So like I could do stuff like that in here because this book is, how big is this? Let's check. I haven't even measured it, to be honest. I know it's about 8 inches wide. Let's see how high it is. It's probably about 8 inches high too. Let's see. Yeah, 9, no, it's actually 8 3/4 approximately. And then I'm going to go page to page. I'm not going to, it's 8.5. No, 8, almost 8.5. Okay. Wide. And that's taking into account this portion because on the back side, that portion is open. See? So it's about 8 1/4 by 8 3/4. So that's a nice size. I can fit, because of it being 8.5 inches wide, I can fit like a whole spread in here. That's very fun without having to worry about doing any sewing. Woohoo! I might start going and buying these albums and just repurposing them. This is kind of cool. If this works out as well as I think it might, you never know. I'm gonna put this book back for this gluing so it's not in my way. So I'm still fresh on the heels right now of our live we had last Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with you guys. You'll hear all this on Monday before I ever do this video or put this video up. I can even put these like huge envelopes on that. I have all this stuff. Like, see, I have this book. It could go in here. This little new, you know, I could totally put a pocket in here. I haven't been able to use, some of the stuff I create is too big. And I just haven't been able to use any of it. So yeah, like this envelope, I wonder, ooh, look at that, it fits, you guys. I have been looking and looking for a place to put, because I have all this just unbuttons right here. I have all this paper that was done, I can't talk. That was portrait, okay? And it's beautiful paper, but I can't really use it in anything unless I cut it up and stuff, and I just haven't wanted to. It's a gorgeous kit, but the whole kit, I have cards that are in the same too, the journaling cards, but the whole background pages are in portrait, which is, it's harder to use when you do journals like I do. So what I'm thinking on this is I may go ahead and glue this on, and that way you can just undo that, but open it up and get into the envelope and put this in this journal. Yeah, I'm thinking I will. I mean, I might not put it on this page. But yeah, this is probably going to go in there. I've been looking for a spot for that for a long time. But for this little area, I could also do like some doubling up. You know how I like to put pockets on top and pockets on bottom kind of thing. Now I do love this. This would be really pretty in here. And it kind of flows, color scheme. And then I could just put a card, you know, a couple of journaling cards. Do you remember us making these? These were so cute, right? Yeah, this would look really cute. And because this thing is ready for bulkiness, look at that. It's just ready to be bulked out. The only reason it's bulky is because it's got this beautiful key on here. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? This one just barely covers. Let's see that blue one. Is that better? Yeah, this one's wider. That one just, and that actually goes really good too. But that one just barely covered the, what do you call it? Edges of the holes I want to cover. Now, I'm just thinking, I know, guys, Tara, make up your mind. I know, I'm indecisive. I like this one too. I've been looking for a place to put this. I haven't had a journal. I haven't done a pink journal in a while. To be honest with you guys, I haven't done journals in a while. Really worked on too much. Yeah, I got a little bit discouraged in my journal process. Let's see. I got discouraged because I think I've mentioned to you guys, nothing's really selling, and yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm like, okay, I don't want to make a bunch of journals and they're just sitting in there, so I haven't really made anything lately much. Made a couple of small ones, but yeah, I'm having trouble. You know what I could do that would make this so easy? Watch. I'm just going to grab something fun. Like, let's see here. We're just going to put, do I want to do that one? Let's see. I'm just going to put a little backdrop here with some washi. And then that way, yeah. And because it's paper to paper, I noticed earlier when I used the washi, it's sticking really well on this album paper. So I think I am probably going to not glue it. I'm going to see how it does, because what can I use? Where's that little knife thingy I was using? What do I do with it? I'm going to take this right into that corner. And then I'm going to cut. I actually probably, nah, I don't want to dare iron it, but now that I know where that line is, I can probably cut it. I hope. We'll see. I'm not the best at stuff like this. I try to be. Oh, worked pretty good. All right, so what I'm thinking, I'm just gonna trim. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just trimming this extra, okay? So now that's covered, and now I can just put whatever I want on there. And it uses up some fun washi tape that just looks beautiful. I could even do like a little, I could even do a belly band. So yeah, let's see. Let's put, where are, actually I really like this. And this one's the one that we open it. We just did these not that long ago, but I love this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this one here, okay? Yep, Yep. And I'm going to do this. Do I want to glue it in as a pocket? Or do I want to just, I'll do it as a pocket, just in case, you know. Oops, I knew it. I was trying so hard not to bump the phone. I did it anyway. Anyway, we'll see how this glue works on here. I'm just going to go ahead and try to carefully, I kind of always try to make my hot glue come in about, I don't want to say how big, but I always try to bring it in from the edge a little because it spreads out. Oops, I'm shaking and it's not going to be, look at me, I'm just weaving all over the place. Oh, anyway, praise God. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. Oh, I like this. This is cute. I'm so glad we did this. It's kind of jazzing me up a little bit. Putting me in a mood to... Okay, it is not sticking. Note to you guys. Not... Okay, it's stuck in places, didn't stick in others. I've had this happen before. Certain paper... I don't want to tear this up because it will rip my paper underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it stick where it's stuck, and I'm going to try to peel this glue off. You guys get to see all of my faux pas and my fixes for them, don't you? I know they're not the best, but if I pull this paper, it's already, I can see it down here. It's going to tear. Because it did stick on this, for whatever reason, it's stuck on the left side, not on the right. So maybe I just didn't push it down in time. I don't know. And just in case anybody's new on the channel and you're seeing these bruises on my arm, I hit my arm on the bookshelf in the hallway the other day, and then here, me and Cordy were playing, and he grabbed my wrist and said, "Come here," you know, and I bruise. So this morning he was pulling me to him, and he's like, "I need to be careful because I'm going to bruise you again." And I said, "I know, because I take Brilinta, and it causes bruising really easily." And so, yeah, just letting you guys know in case anybody's worried, because I've got these big bruises on my arm and my wrist. They're no big deal. Nothing untoward happened in the cause of the making of these bruises. Totally accidental on both parts, mine and his. So, okay, I'm going to use I can't get all that glue off, but I'm going to go ahead and just put a seam of glue and hope I get this to work, because I hate when that happens. Oh, here we go. It's very annoying. All right, so I'm just going to go right along here and get this started, okay, and then I'm going to go right there and just bring it over to where it stops wanting to be glued down, and there, and then get my wipe and press, and hopefully this will work. Yeah, it's weird, it's completely stuck down on the left of this, so I must have pushed harder or something and it dried too fast and didn't. It could be because this was the side I put the glue on first, so it could have already started drying and just didn't take, you know what I mean? So okay, but anyway, there we go. So there's a page, and let's see, so on the opening page we have writing. I'm probably going to put either paper here to write on, or I may stamp it. I have actually got, where is it? This little, actually it's not a little stamp. I just refound it the other day. My big world stamp. I could do a little bit of like just, you know, spotting it around, map looking stamping, and then do some paper to write on that front part, which sounds like kind of a fun idea. So maybe I'll do that. My area is getting quickly crowded here. You know how I have very little space. I always complain about that. Let me move stuff. And I'm thinking maybe we'll try that. What time is it? Oh, we still have a few minutes. Let's go for it. And I'm going to do it in I think I'm going to do it in black. Should I do, maybe I'll do it in brown. It won't show up as strongly, but, you know, don't necessarily need it to show up strongly. I'm going to grab my black and use it just because I have it right here, and I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to use the whole stamp, but I figure, okay, so I'll do it in the espresso, see how that looks, and then we'll, if it's not good enough, I'll be sad. Oh, it's great. That's great. That's all I wanted, was just kind of, you know how we randomly do our, you know, script stamp. I just thought it would be kind of cool to do the same thing with this. Just random. Okay, that doesn't look really good. Let's try this. I think I'll be better if I just kind of press it on there. I hope. We'll see, right? There you go. That's more what I'm talking about. Okay, so these look stupid. Now that I've seen it, you know, look a different way. So I'm just going to cover these a little bit. I know. It's kind of sloppy, but knowing me, I will cover this with paper anyway, and that'll just be peeking out a little bit. So I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are feeling inspired to go grab an album and, you know, make it work for you. Make it, you know, one of those albums on your shelf maybe that you haven't used yet. It's just sitting there. I actually have a tall album that's kind of like a binder type, but it's thinner and it's really tall. I might do something with some of those papers I've been getting lately that are for tall journals, because I haven't done a tall journal yet, as you guys probably know. I'm liking the way that this is coming across, but I'm realizing right now, I just realized it, these are upside down. Oh, Tara, honey, you are a piece of work, girlfriend. Anyway, I'll just say it for y'all. I'm looking going, wait a minute, all the words are upside down. That doesn't look right. Oh, look, there's my name. Tara Del something. You guys can't see that, huh? It's right there. Do you see Tara? Okay, am I in the camera? Okay, right there. Do you see it? There's my name. That's so cool. Okay, so silly girl here is going to cover this with some writing, probably with some writing paper. Let's see. There was a piece, if I remember correctly. Let me see. If I can just get to it. Sheesh. Oh, here it is. And it's got, that's kind of cool. One of them is, oh no, there's only one. But it has brown lines, which is very fun. And what I think I'm gonna do is, should I cut it? Or should I just do the whole page and cover my goofy mapping thing? I do think I'm gonna distress it though. Let's distress it so it looks old and worn around our edges, right? It's white, but the lines on it are brown, and so it kind of has an aged look just because of that. This particular scrapbook pad was pretty cool, actually. Now, I was trying to think of what we're doing tomorrow. I had thought of it. What is it? Oh, I can't remember now. Let's see. Today I was going to do the album, and then tomorrow... Oh, I cannot remember. What a goofball. Huh. I'll have to think. Maybe it'll come to me as I'm sitting here looking around me at the stuff. All right, so there's that, and we are just, see, because I can go all the way to this side over here with this one, we can do the whole page. Yeah. So I'm going to do what I did before, except I'm going to do all 4 sides with the tape. And I'm going to try my hardest to just stick with a straight line. That's the problem. Tara cannot draw a straight line with her tape gun. Rub that off so there's no little bumpies. Mucilage is so sticky. The only reason I know the term mucilage is because I worked, my first job was in a paint shop and a plating shop, and for an aeronautics company. It's where I met my late husband, and he was a plater, and I was a masker. Oh, come on, get on there. And I was a masker, and this gluey stuff that's on the tape is called mucilage, and we used to use acetone nail polish remover, but it was real like 100% acetone, to take off the mucilage. So if you ever need to remove this from a surface, nail polish, 100% real nail polish, not anything for fake nails, will take off mucilage really easy. In case you didn't know. And cotton always works best, not tissue or paper towel. Or, for whatever reason, the consistency of the cotton works better with the ketone than, or the acetone than the, we also called it ketone, so that's why I said that. Okay, so now I used the glue, right, in the center part, and then that way the edges are stuck down. I don't need to be dealing with them. I'm just going to draw a big X and circle around and cover most of it. Okay. Like I said, because I did the glue that, oopsie, sorry guys, the thicker glue, the Aleene's, and also because we did the tape on the edge, we are not going to have to worry so much. I'm going to pull this just a tad up before it sets down. And that goes right into that and right almost to the edge. I mean, just like, it's just framing our paper. And then I'm going to grab my glue spreader. Now on this one you can see some of the glue lines on it. I'm seeing that. But I'm not going to worry about it. It'll dry and it'll be fine. Now they have a nice big journaling space when they open their junk journal travel album. Okay. Where's my dry wipe? What'd I do with it? Huh. I'll grab another one. I stuck it somewhere. So I hope I've been in camera for this video. I haven't really checked. I haven't looked up a lot. I think I've been. Okay. All right. Just a little bit sticky there. Okay, so there's that page, and they're in there nice and sealed and feels really good. And it's making the pages nice and stiff, like a strong journal. There's that one. And there's that one. Oh yay, this is coming together, you guys. This is fun. So I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm so happy you guys came with me and got started with me on this, so you know what I'm doing, what I'm working on, where I'm going, all that good stuff. I love you guys. Thank you for being with me. Thanks for hanging with me and for being my friend. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. God bless you so, so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.